Okay, here we go. Let's look back. Okay, there was a couple of these that were kind of tricky, and we're going to start with question number 11. I think number 11 is really a really good question. So please look up. I want to explain it. All right, and how what the thought process should be. All right. Now, right off the bat, when you look at this, the top equation, 3x plus b equals 5x minus 7, you should say I should try to simplify that. When I simplify that, you should say that b is equal to 2x minus 7. Everybody okay with that? And then on the second equation, all right, for the second equation, you're going to simplify that, and we say that can be simplified to c is equal to 2y minus 7. Anybody have any issues with that? Come on, please pay attention. All right, so those are the two main equations. Then if you continue reading, it says if b is equal to c minus 1/2. All right, those are the three things that you should have recognized. All right. Now, the hard part is, in order to solve this, what I always try to tell kids is, looking at the answer is very helpful, all right, when you're taking standardized tests, because you're trying to see where am I going to, all right? And it says that I'm going to solve or figure out what x is, all right? Now, in this equation right here, and this equation right here, I'm trying to figure out what the relationship is between x and y, right? So I'm asking you this question, what does b equal? No, b is equal to, tell me again, 2x minus 7. So that means wherever I see a b, I can put what? I'm going to change this b right here to 2x minus 7. So I want everybody to do that. 2x minus 7 is equal to. Now I need to get rid of the c. Well, what does c equal? C is equal to 2y minus 7. So wherever I see a c, I'm going to put 2y minus 7. So 2y minus 7 minus 1/2. And now what? I want you to look carefully at the minus 7 and the minus 7. They do what to each other? Cancel out. So my next step is to say that 2x is equal to 2y minus 1/2. Now I want a single x, not 2x. So that means I have to divide everything through by what? I have to divide everything through by 2. Now, again, listen, here's where kids are making a mistake, and I'm trying to help you be better with numbers, so please look up and listen and make sure you're hearing me. X is equal to, now think about it like this. If I take half and I divide it by 2, what's 1/2 divided by 2? 1/4. Not 1. A lot of kids accidentally put 1 there. It is, in fact, 1/4. All right, and I always try to tell kids, think about a half of a pizza. If you take that half and you cut it in half, now you only get what? 1/4. All right, that's what I'm trying to show you. Yes, ma'am. Good for you. All right, look right here. From the original, right? You good now, right? Right, because what I did was I subtracted 3x and I subtracted 3y to combine the terms. Hey, and I really, listen, tomorrow's a big day, and again, we've been working hard. So I'm trying to iron out a few little things for you. All right, I need you to listen. I need you to ask me a question. All right? I feel good about that. All right, that's very hard, actually. Really, really hard problem. All right, if you understand that, you are in fantastic shape. All right, if you don't understand it, I would just encourage you to look it over. All right, That's a little bit harder than what's going to be on the test. All right, I just want to show you. That's as hard as it gets. All right, now let's look at number 12. All right, now number 12 I feel really good about. We're trying to find what? We're trying to find x, right? So what should I try to eliminate? You should try to eliminate the y. Think about what I said. It's easier to eliminate the x, but that's going to take us longer in the amount of time to solve that. So I'm trying to eliminate the y. So what do I multiply the top by? 3. And I multiply the bottom by what? -4. All right? When I do that, that becomes -9x plus 12y equals 60. And then I end up with -24x minus 12y equals -60, which is real nice. So you should be able to look at that and just say, well, obviously x is what? 0. Obviously x is 0. Listen, hey, you guys have been so good for this whole week, and now I'm into the final, and I'm not worrying about you. All right, so pay attention and let me get through without interruptions, because some people it's important tomorrow. Don't interrupt me. No, it's not wrong. I don't care how you get the right answer, as long as you show me your work and it's mathematically sound what you're doing. I'm not just accepting an answer because you figured it all out in your head. Just in case you don't see that, it's just -33x is equal to 0. So x has to be what? X has to be 0 on that. All right? Come on now. Stay with me. All right, now, we did not do inequalities. We did not do inequalities. But I've always said the inequality is something I can skip because it's common sense. All right, so we're going to look at this and see how common it is. All right, did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think it is?
Well, the way that I did it.
No, I want you to tell me, then I'm going to let you tell me.
C.
C. Anybody else have something different? C, 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 B. Good. All right, I want you to tell me if you got something different.
My iPad.
Yeah, me and Jack's iPad's like it keeps closing out and then
Okay.
It just resets all of our
like
work.
resets it all the so we have to like rewrite everything.
You know what? That's something you guys are in good shape if you want to run up there and ask them, because I don't know how to handle that. All right, I appreciate that. Hurry up though. Try to tell them you're studying and this is happening. How do I fix it? Okay. All right, here we go. Tell me.
I really just looked at first the answers, and then I looked at like $20 and $220, both the totals that you can.
That's right. So the most important thing, let me highlight, is the 20 hours and the $220. Those are the important things. And what?
And then I looked for she can work no more than 20 hours.
Okay, so no more than. Most people say no more than because they hear the word more than and assume that it's what? Greater than. Hey, Vivian, I'm not sure what you guys are doing. No more than means what, though?
Less than or greater.
Less than or equal to 20. So you want to figure out the combined. So look at A. That's greater than. So that is not an answer. So please, as you're going through, the best way to do it is learn by crossing out the wrong answers first. Then, are we good on B so far? Yes. Are we good on C? Yes. Are we good on D? No, we're not good on D because that would make it greater than. All right, now continue.
And then it says she wants to earn at least $220.
She wants to learn at least, which means?
That means greater than.
It means greater than. Exactly correct. So she wants to make greater than 220. So do you see a mistake? This one, because of the way it's written, it seems like that should be the answer. All right? But at least 220 means greater than. That's why the correct answer was C. Are you guys good now?
Yeah. She
What
just had
happened?
to update it. Like she kept on updating it. So now it's fine.
Who did? She was updating your iPads?
Yeah.
I wonder why. All right, I'm going to ask her. Okay? All right. So you guys double check and make sure you got 13 to C. Hey, is that okay now? I mean it now. I'm sure you understand that. Okay, you good? All right, let's check out 14. Okay, now again, what is the value for x? So now this is a really good problem. This means wherever I see y, I can put what? 2x. So here's a y. I can replace that with what? 2x. So here we go. 1/2 2x plus 2x equals 21 over 2. 2x plus 2x is 4x times 1/2 equals 21/2. What's half of 4x? 2x equals 21 over 2. Now, I always try to tell kids, if you're having fractions, you should multiply by the reciprocal. All right, so this would be times 1/2 times 1/2. So x is equal to 21 over 4. And if you did that as a fraction, it would be, or as a decimal, I'm sorry, 5.25. So good? Everybody happy with that? Everybody's good? Yes, sir.
So on the test, would it be okay if we wrote something as a decimal or a fraction?
What do you think? Probably yes, because it's the right answer. All right? I just think it's easier for fractions, that's all. All right, here we go. What's the value of x again? Oh, I'm sorry, go.
Wait, so did you multiply 4x equals 21 halves by 1/2?
No, what I did was I took half of 4x to start out with.
Oh, and then
And half of 4x is what? 2x.
2x.
And then to solve the 2x, I multiplied by 1/2. I'll do it again for you, because I think it's important, okay? Watch again. Here's where I'm at. You got me on this, right? So what's half of 4x?
2x.
So I write 2x is equal to 21/2. You hear that? Now, sometimes it's easier to look at that and say 2x is equal to 10.5. Then if I divide by 2, x is equal to 5.25. You agree with that?
Yeah.
But here, if we did it just multiplied by 1/2, x is still 21/4, which is the same as. Agreed now? All right, thank you. All right, over here. This one was kind of a tricky question. Please look up. I want to show you something really cool. Look up, look up, look up. I'm trying to show you a different way of thinking about something. What does 1/2 y equal?
4.
Listen to what I just said. What does 1/2 y equal again?
4.
4. That means wherever I see a 1/2 y, I could put what?
4.
Look how nice this problem is. X minus 4 equals 2. Everybody see that? Now, of course, you could come up here and say, well, if half of y is 4, that means y equals 8, right? And then plug 8 in for y, and you're in the same position. Everybody see that? So x is definitely what?
6.
X is definitely 6.
The way I didn't do it that way, but I did so the 1/2 and the -1/2 y gets canceled, so x equals 6.
Yes, that's another really, really, really good way. Look at that, guys.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful, actually. I didn't think about that. You could just add them, because now look, these cancel. You just add them straight down. That's the best way, actually. Never even thought to do that. That's really good. X equals 6 that way. Everybody see that? Substitution, addition, elimination, all kinds of ways. All right, think about the problem. All right, very, very good work. X equals 6. All right, now I was mad at some of you guys. Have we done this? No, I haven't really showed you how to do this, but you should be smart enough to say if there's points and there's equations, what can I do to the points? What can I do to the points? Plug them in. You just plug them in. All right, so I'm going to plug this A in here. So -1 is less than or equal to negative 6 plus 1. Is that true? That's not true. But you can't understand what I'm doing unless you look up on the board and make sure you see what I'm doing. I am simply doing what to the numbers? Plugging them into the equations to see if it works. Does it work? Does A work for the first one? No, because negative 1 is not less than negative 5. So A is out. So now I'm going to plug B in. So 3 is less than or equal to negative 3 plus 1. Is that true so far? Is 3 less than negative 2? I don't think so. So man, B is out right off the bat. Now I'm going to try C. 5 is less than 3 plus 1. Is that true? So the answer has to be what? Has to be D. Everybody okay with that? Yes.
Why was the 3 negative in B?
Because negative 1 is the x value. So when I do 3 times negative 1, I get negative 3.
Okay.
All right? Anybody else? Go.
So for C, what if like 1 is less than 3?
What's the y value?
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
That's all right. No, good. We're fixing it. That's what we're doing. Fixing mistakes. All right, let's check out 17. Wow, they tell me what y is, correct? So if y is 18, x has to be what? 12, right? And now there's just saying, what's 2 times 12 minus 3? 21. I don't think that's hard. Everybody okay with that? Yes, good.
How did we know that
X is 12.
yeah, like I knew that's kind of like a dumb question.
That's okay. Look, you're plugging it in right here. What's 2 times 18 divided by 3? Well, what's 18 divided by 3? Times 2. That's how I got x equals 12. 2/3 times 18. All right? All right, here we go. Now again, kind of like this. Now the reason why this was kind of easy is because we can just add it straight down, right? Really nice. So if I add it, it says 13x is equal to what? 13. So x is equal to what? 1. Now if x equals 1, I'm just plugging in here. So 7 times 1 plus 3y equals 8. 7 plus 3y equals 8. 3y equals 1. Y equals what? 1/3. Is it okay with y equals 1/3? And so now it just says x minus 1/3. 1 minus 1/3 is 2/3. Yes, sir.
So how'd you get 1/3?
I solved 3y equals 1,
Oh, that's
dividing both sides by 3.
yeah, I did like that.
You with me?
Yeah.
All right. Now you're back on track, right? Good. Okay. 19. All right. Now, wherever I see an x, I can put what? Yeah. And I don't like it because it has what? Fractions, right? So does everybody realize what I can do here is just multiply everything by 2 to get rid of that fraction? If I multiply that by 2, I get x plus 4y equals what? 12. Does everybody agree? Look how much easier it is now, right? So now I can put in for x what? Y minus 3. So y minus 3 plus 4y equals 12. Does everybody agree? 5y equals 15. So y has to be 3. Do I agree with that? Do I have to figure out what x is? No, y.
Because I already
The only answer is what? B, because that's the only answer that has what?
3 is the y variable.
3 is the y. All right? Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know how to do this problem. And I did like a really weird way. So I
Now let me tell you something right there. If you have no idea how to do the problem, what can you do to the answers?
Plug it in.
Plug them in.
yeah, but
You with me on
I
that?
did-
Okay, now I want to hear you. Go.
So instead of doing like, so I did x equals and then I moved the y's on the other
Yeah,
side. And then on my calculator, I did like the y equals sign, but it equaled x. So then when I typed it in,
Yeah. But no.
I found the value.
Yeah. But you
So then I
switched them.
it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Excellent idea. But again, look, buddy, I would want you to be smart enough to just say y is equal to x plus 3. Right? I just moved that over. And now I'm going to move the x over 2. So I get 2y is equal to negative x over 2 plus 6. Y equals negative x over 4 plus 3. And now what? Graph it. And do the intersection. Right? That's really good how you're using your calculator. I'm telling you, your calculator can save you. Right.
On the test, I didn't know how to do.
Now this is what I'm going to say. You have to write how you did it on the test. Right? I'm not just taking the answer. Your answer is going to be 10 points per problem, and your answer is worth 5. So if you just put the answer on all 10 of the questions, you got a 50. Right? You have to show the work. All right? If you show the work and you miss the problem, I can give you almost the full credit for it. If the work is right, you just made a careless mistake somewhere. All right? Now, last one, number 20. This is a really nice problem. So what does B equal here, guys? B equals 20. So then A minus 20 equals what? 12. We've done this problem before. So A equals what? And I think if I remember correctly on the test, I put C as the answer because I did not answer the question. The question is, what's the value of what? A plus B. So the answer is actually what?
B.
52. Right? All right, now I'm going to just make sure you're hearing me because we have some time. We're all done. For tomorrow, I've written the test. I can tell you there's a rate problem. There is a digit problem. There is 3 of these types of questions on the SAT, and 7 are from the worksheet. And I broke them down into sections, right? There's a mixture problem. There's one of each type, essentially what it boils down to. All right? And your job is to go home and not start today because you've already worked for the last couple days reviewing. Your job right now is to practice. I don't have anything more. Right? The reason why I'm not giving you any more is because the problems are almost the same types. You're just going to have to rewrite them. And someone is telling me, well, I have a hard time setting things up. Yep, that's the hard part. All right, so you got to practice. You have to know what if the digits are reversed. What does that mean? There's a numerator problem and a denominator problem. You got to look all types and look and practice. All right, there are 10 questions. You have to answer how many? 8. I will grade your best 8. So if you're not good with one type of problem, you can cross it out, and now I'll only grade 9. But if you did them all right, but one is wrong, then you still have a what? 100. If you did them all and 2 are wrong, you still have a what? 100. If you do 9 out of 10, your grade is a 105. If you do 10 out of 10, your grade is a 110. All right, that's what the deal is. All right.
So you're taking 3 from this.
3 from the SATs.
7, and then 7 from the.
And then 7 from the worksheet of the other 30. That's exactly right. Listen, Carly, listen, we're not talking. All right. All we're doing is you're pulling up those 30 questions and just reviewing them. And to me, the most important thing, if I were you, I would just practice setting them up. I wouldn't even solve them. I would practice setting them up. All right, that's the most important thing. All right. Now again, get to work. You got some time.